What's up, guys? Today we're going to install upgraded ballast system on this 2017 Moomba Mojo. I got everything right here from Wakemakers, so let's get into it. So because we're upgrading these bags from the original 600-pound rear ballast bags to 1,250-pound rear bags, we are going to have to add the engine divider panel savers that I got from Wakemakers right here. So these panels come out, and then these little C channels screw into them. So that's the first step. All right, guys, so I got the port side panel right here, and Wakemakers has left some instructions right here on how to space them on this panel. It should be 3 channels per panel, and they give you all the hardware and everything you need. All you need is a drill bit and an Allen key to put them on. So we'll get that going. And unfortunately, it looks like I grabbed the wrong drill. Just got a chuck bit, so run back to the cabin, see if I can find a drill to put these holes in here, because I don't really want to fill up my ballast and bust my divider panels. So, quick intermission. Alright, we're back. Got the drill, got a generator. Should be good to go. Hopefully no other setbacks. So forgot my tape measure. That's okay. Too late now. Let's take a look at the instructions.
Actually have right here. holes drilled. Get these put on, make sure everything fits, and we'll do the other one, and then move on to the ballast. I'm very ill prepared. Try to get an Allen wrench.
All right, let's get this fitted up. Make sure everything's good. Okay. Get all the crud off. Down in there. All right, looks like we're in. Let's get the next one done. We'll get this ballast popped in. All right, guys, I got the engine divider panel savers on right there. Old ballast is removed. This is our auxiliary ballast. I'm gonna pull everything out, wipe it all down, test fit the new bags. I might put air in them to make sure they're exact fit as Wakemakers labels them. And I'm gonna have to do a little bit of plumbing. The bags I have 4 ports, but all I have is 1 fill and 1 vent on both sides. So I had to create a plug to plug off 2 of those ports. Should be fine. Might have to shorten the fill hose, but I got plenty of extra hose, plenty of fittings. We should be good. Let me clean it up a little bit and then we'll get those in. So these are the pieces I had to make. I had to order these on Wakemakers to plug off the 2 ports that aren't going to be connected to the factory system. So one of these should say starboard. This one's the starboard one, or port, I mean. They should be the same. Comes all rolled up. And so what these do is they extend from the rear, where just the factory ones were, extend into the seats underneath here, which is where we had our auxiliary ones. We had to fill those up manually. It was such a pain. So this plumbs everything into the same 3 pumps. The only thing you have to do is adjust the timer. The fill timer goes from like 6 minutes to 12 minutes. So a little bit more time to fill up, but with way less hassle. So that'll be the last thing we do other than checking the plumbing, looking for leaks. So that's what I thought. Whoops. So since I get this down, I don't know if you can even see, but the hose right here at the bottom is too long and it reaches to the middle between these two ports. So I need to shorten it to reach that one so there's not too much tension on the fittings. So I'll have to cut that, remove that fitting, scooch it in. I'll have to get the heat gun and a pipe clamp to make that work. No biggie. We'll get moving on that. All right, got the pieces shortened. So that's how they're gonna sit. I got extra pipe clamps for them to fit, and they should hook right up into the ballast, and then we can finish up this process. Got the heat gun, heat up the tube. Alright guys, got some air in the bags. Looks like everything's fitting up pretty good. We will test this out with water first thing in the morning, but first I'm going to change the timers on the screen. Alright, we're going to turn our boat on. Let that screen load up a little bit. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Those are the trim tabs adjusting. All right, so looking at this through the screen. So we'll go to vessel settings. There we go. Ballast fill drain, port fill. We're gonna, gotta select it first. So port fill, select that. We're gonna go up to 12 minutes. I guess you gotta click it every time. And then we're just gonna run down here, change all of these. I'm also gonna up my center fill because 10 minutes isn't quite enough. Done. So I'm gonna go through, change all these to 12. Same for the drain time. It should be the same coming in as going out. And we'll test this on the Big B tomorrow. All right guys, we're out here filling up the ballast. There's a little leak on the elbow fittings right there. I think the factory fittings just came loose. We'll fix those with some pipe clamps. And this is my plug that I have. It connects to the bottom fill and the top vent to plug that off. And here's the original factory vent right here. So we'll take a look at how these are filling up. And you can see they run all the way through. Right there. All right, so the times on here, I got 14 minutes for the port and starboard, 13 for the front, and then I'll adjust the drain when we start draining. Here it is right here. So they fill up all the way to the top. Should fill up all the way to the top. I'm gonna have to cut this vent connection right there to help it vent better. But I'm pretty happy with that. That's like 95% full there. That one's almost good. Platform's way lower in the water. We're good. All right, guys, we got our speed set to 10.2. Surf side on the port side, Monica's gonna get going and we'll see how that wave looks.